What's going on, everybody? So today this is going to be a different kind of video. This kind of video, it's not going to be necessarily about lifting, it's not going to be about fitness, it's not going to be about, eating right. This is just going to be about you, yourself, and more importantly, setting goals and having dreams. I can't stress to you how much it's imperative that you guys have to have goals and dreams in life. And it doesn't matter if your goals seem, silly to you or to anybody else, like when you say them or when you think about them. But what's important is you've got to have them. And, it can be a dream so small. It could be a dream so big. It doesn't matter, but you have to have them. I think a lot of the times people end up getting goals and dreams mixed up, like they throw them in the same boat, that they fail to realize that they are two completely separate things. What I mean by that is a dream. So, for instance, a dream of mine is to enter into a competitive fitness show by the end of next year, so 2017, the end of 2017. That's my dream. So, what are some goals that I'm setting? Which are progressive steps to get me to that dream? Well, it's things such as, dropping 8 pounds. That's a goal I have. Dropping 8 pounds of body weight off me. Another goal is just to hit the gym 7 days a week. Right now I'm at 4, tentatively. I want to be there 7 days a week. And that's, something I'm working towards. See, the goals are something that you work towards, okay? It's not going to come easy because nobody's journey to success was just paved with, no failure. Failure is something that you're going to experience on your journey. I'm just telling you right now, you're going to hit times where you're not going to be able to do this or you're not going to be able to do that. But it doesn't necessarily matter if you fail, because that's just going to happen. The only thing that matters is what happens when you experience that failure. Normally what happens with people is when they get to that point of experiencing failure, that's when they quit. It's like the failure is so much to them that they don't even care about their dream anymore. Like, isn't that crazy? If you're so passionate about something and you want something so bad, you're gonna let one little obstacle on the road prevent you from doing that? Like, get out of here. You look at anybody, you look at any billionaire, anybody famous, anybody who's just worked their ass off the whole entire time, and they're gonna tell you there's been plenty of times where they experience failure. It's just gonna happen. But like I was saying, it gets to a point where, what do you do when you experience that failure? Do you curl up and, in a little ball and cry, and you just drop your dream altogether? Or is it really that important to you that if you get knocked down like that, you get back up off the mat and you continue pushing through to your goal because it really means something to you, because you're so passionate about it? I always say that if you have a dream or if you have little goals, whatever it may be, you have to tell people. Hell, tell as much people as you possibly can, as many people as you see in a day, because by you saying what your goal is to people, it's instilling confidence and belief in yourself. That's why, like today, right here, right now, this beautiful scenery, you gotta go somewhere for 5 to 10 minutes a day. Now, there's 24 hours in the day. Don't tell me that you can't find 5 to 10 minutes to take by yourself. Just to go into a room, go somewhere quiet, somewhere nice, where you can just sit and relax and just be yourself, and you can say to yourself, full belief, what your goal is, and at the end of it you say, I can and I'm going to do it. That is such an important thing, because you got to understand, in addition to the hardships and the failures of, going through the journey of achieving your goal, There's going to be doubters on the way. There's going to be haters, and there's going to be plenty of people that are going to tell you, you know, oh, Matt, you can't, compete in a fitness show. You know, you've naturally been just not that kind of body type. And you know what I say to that? Screw you. That's just more fuel to my fire. But you have to go into a room or some spot for 5 to 10 minutes a day where you can be alone, away from your cell phone, away from your significant other, away from your family, and just take time to be able to do you, and to be able to say to yourself, I can do it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to be able to compete in a fitness show next year. Because doubters, you'll hear it all day long. Like I've heard and still do hear many people doubting and hating on me, saying you're not going to be able to do it, or they just laugh at it. But you got to understand, when you say it to yourself and when you say it to other people throughout the course of a day, by you saying that constantly, you're reinforcing and reassuring your belief, even in silence. Because there's so many doubters out there that just will not believe in you, that if you don't take the time to say what your goals are, their doubt is going to start creeping into you, if you know what I mean. And when their doubt does creep into you, then it's going to start growing like a virus. And they're going to snuff out that flame that's inside you. So by you saying your goal, you are giving yourself self-assurance and self-affirmation that you can do it. Like I had a buddy of mine one time, one of my close friends. He told me one day, he was like, Matt, he was like, I'm just not going to tell anybody my goals anymore, or my dreams. And I asked him, why's that? And he told me, he said, because I'm just sick and tired of hearing people's negativity about it. And, you know, I looked at him for a while and I just told him, I said, you know, by you not saying that, you not telling your goals, you're actually letting them win. And he looked puzzled at me. He was like, what are you talking about? He was like, if I don't tell them, then they're not going to know about it, so they can't hate on it. And I said, but if you don't say it out loud to people, if you don't have that confidence in your goal, that it's yours, taking ownership, being able to say it to other people, you've already lost the battle. You've lost the confidence in yourself to tell them these kind of things. And he finally came to it. He understood. He said, you know what? You're right. So what'd he do? He told everybody. Everybody who asked him. And he told himself. He did the same thing. 5 to 10 minutes. Just, you know, took time to himself. Told his goal and his dream to himself. And that's the other thing that a lot of people, I think, tend to misconstrue, is the fact that a dream can be something so small, but it can be so big to that person. Like a small dream, for example, could be, you know, in the gym, okay? Saying like, I want to be able to squat 1 plate, so 45 pounds on each side. A dream that small. The goals that you would set up to do that would be starting out by squatting just the bar as many times as you can. Then progressively you put on 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 35. Then you just keep going till you get to that point. And when you do finally achieve those goals along the way, it makes achieving that dream that much sweeter. Think of it this way. In life, if we as humans didn't have dreams and goals, what would we have? What would we be doing with our lives? Just wandering around aimlessly? That's not really a life that, that I want to live. I don't know about you guys, but with dreams and with goals and achieving them and on that journey comes happiness. And I'm a firm believer that everybody, I don't care who you are, how bad of a person you are, how lonely of a person you are, whatever. Every human deserves happiness in some way, shape, or form. Just taking that 5 to 10 minutes out of the day for yourself is healthy. Because I think so many people nowadays, they just get caught up in distractions. Social media, trying to please others, that they fail to realize that, yourself comes first. You got to take time to work on yourself. And I think that on that journey, to work on yourself, that's when you really learn a lot about yourself. Setting goals and working on your dreams, and you get to that point where you hit failure, you can learn a lot about yourself as a character, as a person, from experiencing that. But something that I can't stress it enough is that it's gonna be tough. Okay? The road's not gonna be lined with easy steps and stuff like that. I mean, if you think about it, if it were easy, the journey wouldn't really be worth it, because you're not going to grow or you're not going to learn anything about yourself from it. But the only person who can start that journey, who can take that first step and to keep going, is you. You're the only one that can make that happen. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Nobody has to be in your circle. Your significant other, your family, nobody has to be behind you. The only person that has to be behind you to help you push that journey is yourself. The hardships and the failure, they're going to come. The negativeness and the doubters and the haters, they're going to come too. That's just going to be expected. Just because somebody thinks something about you or thinks something of your goal, one of my favorite motivational speakers, Les Brown, he tells a story about him sitting in his classroom and how he told his teacher, after he called on him to answer a question, that he was mentally challenged. And the teacher asked him, he said, well, why can't you answer the question? And he told him, he said, because all my life I've heard that I've been mentally challenged, or that I've been slow, or whatever word you want to put there. And he says that the teacher came from behind his desk and he looked him square in his eye and he told him this. He said, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And I think there's a lot of strength and a lot of truthness in that. If it doesn't matter your past, about where you came from, just because somebody thinks something of you, and if they tell you that on a daily basis, that doesn't have to be who you are. You shape and you control your own life and your own walk and your own journey. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. If there's anything that you take from that video, I really do want you to take and hold on to that. And just remember that. I guess just what I'm really trying to say here, guys, is find a goal, find a dream, something that you want to accomplish, hold on to it, okay? And figure out what are the necessary steps that you need to take in order to achieving that goal. And don't stop. Want it so bad that you're willing to put forth all the distractions, that you're willing to put, you know, to the side social media, that you're willing to put to the side going out, that you're willing to put to the side hanging out with your friends, not being able to work on your dream and pushing yourself towards your goal. Just try it, okay? Accomplish one goal and one dream, no matter how small they may be. Just do it once, and I guarantee you it will be a different feeling than what you've ever felt before in your life. Because it becomes self-fulfilling. You get excited. It's like adrenaline almost. You're like, okay, and you start believing in yourself. I accomplished that. What else can I do? I've always wanted to do this, but I've been afraid. Can I do it? And then after you've got that self-confidence that just builds up, you start to learn, hey, I can do this. Hey, I can do that. Alright guys, that's the video for the day. Hit that subscribe button.